Hello, welcome to Simple Fun Art. Today I'm going to tell you about drawing eyes, and I've shown you videos about with music and some written things about drawing eyes, but I want to talk you through it in case somebody learns better that way. All right, so the first thing about eyes that I want you to know is that however big you're drawing your eye, let's pretend this is going to be the size of your eye. Well, there's that same size on a realistic person's human head. There's that size in between the two eyes. Another thing you want to know is there's another eye space as big as the eye is going to be over here. So there's 5 eye spaces across the person's head, whoever you're drawing, approximately. I mean, there's minor fluctuations in everybody, but basically, if this is the size of an eye right here and here, there's one there, one there, one there. The space, the size. Okay, next. Okay, the next thing is, how do you draw an eye? All right, well, what I do is I look at the person, and now that I've got this space marked and that space marked, I'm going to be looking at the person I'm drawing, and I'm going to be looking at, little by little, I'm going to be looking at the shape all the way around the eye first. In my head, I'm telling myself messages like the line around the eye is going up to the left at a perfect maybe 45-degree angle, or even if I don't say the angle in my head, I'm thinking, without a word, I'm thinking it goes like that. Okay. I'm also thinking, while I'm drawing and going little by little around this eye, I'm thinking it's got to fit between there and there, or approximately. Don't make it fit so much that you screw up your drawing and all of a sudden it's like a rectangle on the sides. No, it can go over a little bit, but basically try to make it fit, because you can change things with shading and everything as we go. All right, so now I'm going back to this. I'm looking at my reference, and I'm seeing what's the next part of this journey around the eye. Okay, so now it curves, goes like that. Then I'll look again at my reference. It looks like it goes like this. Okay, and this is a woman on TV, so she's got some makeup on, and it looks like that's all dark, but that's okay. If you try all these things, they add up to looking like the person, or looking close. Okay, so now I'm going to go here. You could continue that way if that's comfortable and just make the whole lap around the eye, or here, but one way or the other, you're looking close about centimeter by centimeter and making your journey all around the eye. Now we'll look at this eye. A lot of people like to have a lightly drawn eye line in, and that helps you keep the eyes lined up evenly. Hopefully these eyes don't look crooked. The camera could be at an odd angle, but we'll see how this turns out. Okay, so you see what I'm doing? I'm looking at the model or the reference, and I'm slowly trying to make my lines match centimeter by centimeter what I see. All right? Oh, great. The thing just stopped that I was looking at. All right, let me see. There it is. Okay, so now the next step. Okay, an area of the eye that people have trouble with when they're learning to draw is, how do you place the circle, the colored circle, or the iris of the eye? Well, what you do, a good trick that a lot of artists like to do when they're having trouble with an area of a drawing, is instead of drawing the obvious shape like the circle, they'll draw the shape that borders that shape. And by drawing, and that's called the negative space. And by drawing that space and that shape, they end up drawing the shape that was like making the drawing, or always looked off. So watch, I'm going to draw the white corner of this eye instead of the circle. I'm not thinking about the circle, I'm thinking about what shape is this white corner. And on this person, it looks like this. So now I drew this right here. I didn't draw this. This is going to become, it's going to appear naturally because I'm going to draw this and I'm going to draw this corner. So now I'm looking again at this person and I see it looks like it comes down and it's this shape. That's what it looks like to me. All right, next. Then I'll do the same thing over here. All right, on this person, it goes like this. Okay, so I'm looking at that shape, this triangle shape right there, that white triangle, and I'm trying to draw it, and I'm trying to ignore the circle and not get caught up in that circle. I'm trying to just draw this like I see it. Okay, and now I'm going to draw this. And it looks something like this. Right there. Okay, next. So that is the negative space, drawing the corners instead of drawing the circle. And it ends up coming together. All right. And remember, this is all way before shading and everything. It's all going to be smoothed up and all that. All right, next, I would probably look for any highlights or reflections that you see and then try to draw those. Okay. Then finally, it is time to start coloring in. Look for where the pupils are, the dark part of the eye. And this girl, this woman has dark hair and dark eyes. So I'm gonna darken her eyes. Looks like there's a reflection down here too. Okay, let me look on this one. There is that part. And let me look at the dark. Okay, this is really dark here. So and it looks like it has some kind of reflection down here too. So I'm gonna go like that. Okay, the next thing is usually, sometimes there's like a shadow right here. So I look for that. I see, is it darker under the eye? And I don't try to make it up. Like, I don't want to just go, oh, yeah, and then just draw it. I want to look at, like, is it wider in some areas and thinner in another? And try to draw that shadow that's being cast. Or the makeup. Like here, it's really kind of dark on her. Okay, next thing, when I look at this model, I see, or this reference, I see the corner of her nose goes like this, and then you can see a little bit of her eyelid. You have to really be careful when you're drawing people and you're indicating wrinkles or creases or anything that could pop, that is known to make people look old, because somehow I have noticed that it makes people look way older than they really are. The woman on TV, I think, is maybe 30 or 40 at the most, but if I put too many lines, she's going to look, 60, 70, or 80. So you have to really be very careful with any kind of wrinkles that you put. Just because you see it, it's not always the best thing to put in the drawing. All right. Well, that is, oh, I know, eyelashes. So when you're doing eyelashes, don't simplify eyelashes and just make them like a cartoon like this. Okay? That will not look realistic, like a realistic person. Also, don't look at a couple and go, oh, she has long eyelashes, and simplify it like this. What you want to do is you want to actually look at what you see. It will look right if you just do what you see. Like, okay, when I look at her, there's really faded a little bit right there. It's really dark over here. There's a couple things popping up there. It's really dark here. And then underneath, it looks like I see little marks like that. And that looks like a woman's eye. And look at, all I did was these few little marks. You don't have to go around the whole eye like a cartoon. Okay, now I'll look at the other eye. Okay, now this side, it looks like I can really see several of these here and there. And then this part's really outlined, or I don't know if it's because of makeup or because of it's just dark, the way the light is hitting. And then there's a couple little dots here and there that I see. And look how this looks like a female eye. So that is that. That is how I draw eyes. This, if I might look really close, but I mean, when you're drawing a whole face of a person, this is about the detail at this point I would be at. Because if you work this up any further, you would have to work up all the other parts so close that you would see pores and wrinkles and everything on the person. So this is about it. Every once in a while, if I look at the person and I notice, oh, well, when I look at the model, this should be darker right there. You know, you can make changes as you go, but this is basically my personal tutorial or lesson on how I would draw eyes and how I would teach you to draw eyes. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and if you like the content, subscribe and follow me. And hopefully I will see you again at Simple Fun Art. Thank you. Bye.